Greetings to one and all. It's your old buddy Jay here in my little vest. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, let me just turn this down a minute. Hope you're all doing well. It's Wednesday. It's the 7th episode of the drawing room. I am in my vest today, and the reason being is that I completely wrecked one of my gym tops with a load of ink. And I'm going to do some painting in a bit. See, sun's out, guns out, and all that. Maybe we'll just. There we go. That's better. Yeah. So I hope all is well. It is another episode. I can't quite believe it. Time's moving incredibly fast at the moment. I haven't tidied up, obviously. My desk's looking as messy as usual. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope all is good. I'm going to kick off with this week's comics, which are hot off the press. I just picked them up this morning. So to start with, I have Skull Island. Now they've still got their covers on them, so hopefully that won't reflect too badly. We've got Skull Island, another classic from Simon Furman, who you know I'm a big fan of, and it's out of focus. There we go. This is the level of quality you can expect from most of my streams, so that's a good one. I saw that they've done a Sleepy Hollow. I believe it's it's Return to Sleepy Hollow, so it's the sequel. Tim Burton's involved somehow, not entirely sure how. Then we've got James Tynion and Martin Simmons' Dracula. I thought, as it is, it's getting to that time of year where everyone likes to dress up. I thought I'd get one of those. Cult of the Lamb, that's not for me, that's for my son. He does really love this. Obviously, Devolver's a really excellent developer. They've produced some really, really brilliant games. My Name is Pedro, etc., etc. He's obsessed with Cult of the Lamb. He loved the series that came up before, like a 4-issue series. This is a one-off special. He also plays the games where it's, you're basically running a cult and sacrificing people. So I'm not sure how I'm bringing him up, but that tends to be what he's into at the moment. And then there is an absolute Batman annual here, which I think it's just a variety of artists doing their thing using the sort of new sort of absolute verse. Looks quite good, so I picked that up. And of course, didn't see a standard issue, but it is the mega special. Have they actually put a number on this? It says 2025. That's just for the year. It's not the date of. Yeah, it is the. I wonder what that means when they do skip an issue and do a special. There's some good artists in here. Cover by Bolland. He only does things digitally now. He doesn't really draw stuff, pen and ink, or maybe he does in his darkest moments. But he took on doing digital drawing quite early on, and he's been a huge fan of that ever since. I got to meet him actually earlier this year. I met him at a 2000 AD Judge Dredd event in Bristol, and I got to talk to him for a little bit. And yeah, he doesn't really do like live drawing or anything like that anymore. He just does his own thing, and I think he's just had a new book out, which is The Actress and the Bishop, which I haven't picked up yet, but looks quite good. And obviously this cover is banging. Still the master, looks amazing, and all these artists that are doing all of this stuff also look very good. Interesting stuff. So those are the books that I bought this week. Of course, it wouldn't be an episode if I wasn't shilling something. So let's just run through this really, really quickly. Skipper Whiskers issue 1. I'm going to have copies of that at Thought Bubble, which is coming up on the 15th and 16th of November. Then we have the Pugs, of course. So Pugs 1 through 4 be the first time they're fully available in their completed states, all tidied up and ready to roll. Those will also be available at Thought Bubble in November 15th and 16th. Obviously, Danger Mouse, I'm always banging on about this, have been for years. Really proud of this book, one of the best things I've ever worked on. That we'll also have a whole load of those, and Tim and I are going to be signing them. Again, the other thing is the Beyond the Black Void Volume 1. This is the latest version that latest book that I've been working on. Very pleased with these. They're basically debuting at Thought Bubble as well. Everything's kind of tipped to be kicking off in about 2.5 weeks, so we're going to be turning up with a whole load of those. There's some pre-orders going out, which thanks very much for people that have ordered those. I'll be sending those out probably in the next 10 days. And if you haven't had a chance to have a look through it, you can go to jackrabbitcomics.com and you can purchase a physical copy, or you can just download the digital version for free. There's also an option to donate to the artists and writers there if you want to. And then there's this other additional thing that I've done, which is like I'm working on some books next year called Old Angry Bastard, which is all about this kind of guy who just is getting annoyed with the world, and then there's a war happening and all this kind of stuff. So rather than complete one of the books, which I haven't quite got to yet, I've written 3. There's a 4-part series, 3 of them are written, and one of them's pretty much drawn, but it's not quite at a state that I'm happy just to kind of print it and turn it out for this Thought Bubble event. So I thought what I would do is just do like a little preview book, which has got a whole load of and then there's an ad for Beyond the Black Void in the back there. This is quite nice. I found a company that would actually print onto original tabloid newsprint. This is hard to find now. You can't, like, people that will actually give you a genuine kind of 4-color print on, and that will maintain the consistency of color without it looking like total trash. They just don't exist anymore. And if you were to do this digitally with sort of standard printer, all of this, you would never get the finish on the paper, that kind of realistic feel of newsprint. People have, the reason it was a thing and still is a thing in anywhere that you buy a newspaper is that obviously it's very cheap and cheerful and tomorrow's chip paper or whatever they say, but to recreate it, it's a hard thing because you're not printing thousands and thousands and thousands. I think the print run was only about 50 on these, so in fact I know it's 50, but it still gives it that kind of print quality, which I just really, really like. And then obviously these are the illustrations that I've done to date for issue 1, which is all coming together quite nicely. That actually isn't coming out until next August, so that's as soon as Thought Bubble was out of the way, that's my next job, is to begin kind of putting this together. But that I will have a whole load of these that I'm going to bring along with me, and selling them, giving them away, haven't quite decided yet, but I will be sorting that. So that's basically everything that I've been working on. That's everything that I've purchased. Today I wanted to do something different. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream for. Maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, I'm not entirely sure, in my little vest. But what I wanted to do, obviously, bring out my old trusty. What I wanted to do was try something a bit different this week. Now, I'm not sure how badly this is going to reflect. Obviously, it will do for a minute. But what I've always liked is, when you go into when you go into a second-hand shop, they're full of like paintings and photographs and prints that have been around for years and years and years, and then there are people that have had these on their walls, and sadly they probably die, and then people take all their stuff to the charity shop and they're like, do something with that, and then nobody ever really buys them because they're all trashed, and like all the corners and everything there's full of mold, and this has been hanging up somewhere for a while because it's got water leaks in it and all this kind of stuff. But I've been going into this one second-hand shop, and also what I love about this is it's been put into a frame, but the frame still has the little plastic thing on it. Anyway, what I always love about these is I go in there and I immediately think, especially these landscapes, I'll just tilt that a little bit so you can see it a bit better, especially these landscapes where you have these kind of, someone spent a long time doing all of this painting, and then it's obviously a print of that, not a very good print of that as well. I always think like, there's always too much sky, right? These things always look good. It's like, oh, where is this? Old Portsmouth. There you go. What's that? Point says point something. It says point. Okay. Point oh Portsmouth fine. So it's a painting someone's done there, and then they printed them, and then somewhere along the line, 1983 it says. And not to ruin anyone's paintings, because you know people have their passion, and you know, it's just, I'm going to say it out loud, it's a rubbish sky. So I see these things and I think, like, wouldn't it be cool if we did something different with it? You could add something to, you know, because it's a relatively mundane image of some kids watching some other kids on a boat, and the sea's relatively choppy, and it's just a sort of standard British town in the kind of 70s and 80s, you know, you've got your seagulls and all this kind of stuff going there. What else could you add to this that would make it look like good, you know? So I kind of had a little thought, and maybe what we're going to do is we're going to do some kind of like sea monster emerging out of the water, and it's going to be encompassing, you know, it's going to be attacking this town. It's just going to appear, so these guys are just going to be, you know, I like the fact that they're just getting on with their life, and then there's going to be like the sea beast. I don't really know what the beast's going to look like yet. I'm going to attempt to do it all in acrylic, because I feel like, you know, just doing it in pen and ink, unfortunately these things do have a wash on them. You know, putting a wash on those sorts of prints won't really work, because they'll have some kind of laminate on them. But it'd be nice if we just undid this. Now I haven't looked at any of this, but this was £6 by the way. Nice to open this up and just find, like, I thought there was going to be a secret in there, you know, a note, Kenny was your real dad, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's move these things out of the way. We can go there. Yeah. So let's see. This might work and it might not. It's the first one I've done. Oh, actually, that's an incredibly cheap. Yeah, it's not even an original frame there. I reckon that would have been in glass at one point, and that's just some kind of crappy acrylic thing. Yeah, so this does have, and I'm going to try and, I'm wondering if I can get a slightly better tint on the colour for a second. That light looks a bit crazy. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. It's actually my spotlights. Let's see if we can just dumb that down a little bit as well. There we go, that's much better. I'm constantly moving trash around on my desk. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so I think we're going to try and do something interesting with this. You know, just as a kind of warm-up exercise for the bigger picture, whatever that might be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the music up, and I'm going to get on with it. So let's see what happens. As prepared as always. Okay, let's see. Okay. These colours kind of quite grey blues. Let's see. This acrylic's dried in here, some of those colours will mix. again with the krill, say dry real quick, so we can be over here doing something. By the time we get back over here, we'll be layering it again.
Yeah.
Sweet. Can be wrecking this town. Let's see. We're gonna put some more up here. I have to go over those seagulls. How's that looking so far? Yeah, not bad. Let's make this a bit bigger. Phthalo green. Let's make it a bit darker. That's not dark at all. This is a good exercise because even though I'm just putting the base down now, but you still have to obey the rules of the rest of the painting. So at some point you're going to have to tone all these colours down. Some horrendous jaws at some point. Okay. Maybe we need a little bit here as well. It's coming up and out of the water. Oh, that is the bonus of working on these. Varnish allows you to make a few mistakes. General structure. Start messing around a bit. I just love how these seagulls are just giving it all a bit of scale. Right. Should. Brush my brush. following Danielle's, who started off doing like No One and Batman, ex-footballer, Irish guy. He always keeps a hairdryer handy next to his work, which just never occurred to me to do. I would always just go off, do something, let it dry. Now I have my little hairdryer here, which is nicknamed Danny. I use it for everything. Pulling off there, I think I have that too thick. So I'll just put it back on much thicker. Black out. Black! Go brown first. So these like brown and orange tones here. I think if we get a little bit of that in there, that could start to just attach it to what was there before. And I think I'll use a slightly thinner brush for this. Got a Pro Art Proline 101. I use a lot of these for inking. Let's see. Wait. Okay, let's just match these guys. Yeah, it's a good start. Okay. Coming along. Let's blend that in there. It's a pretty good catch the sea. Okay, so kind of got that lighter in there. We'll just add a bit more dark to our palette. stuff, yeah. That's right. Ah. What I want to do, I'm going to pull this off here. Yeah, that looks cool. It's actually pulling the varnish off as well. Yeah, I like.
Time has come for black.
These guns. I just need to, with all these things, just need to, I'm sort of rushing slightly, so I don't want this to run for too long. But, it's a happy accident that acrylic pulled off there, because it gave him a nice shape to his mouth. Down at the town. Okay, I'm just going to have to put the light on here just a bit more so I can see how I'm doing. So I'm using here a Pentel Markador permanent marker tips around 0.5. Yeah, he's looking really good. Pleased with him. spend a bit more time. I want to put some more detailing. I'll just wait for the whole thing to dry a bit more and then go back in. But it's kind of feeling about right. There's just one last thing to do. I think I'll go back. That's just my pen making now. Yeah. Oh, hey Ryan, sorry I missed you. If you've gone. Yeah, I'm just painting an old print that I found from a charity shop. I've just put this great big monster in it. Just drawing exercise really, but I just wanted to have a little play. He needs more work. And he does look a bit like Glorg as well, so I guess maybe that's just a weird coincidence. Yeah, so the thing I want to do now is all of that. This is the fun bit. Well, it's all fun, I guess. Let's see. I'll take a tiny sponge. Sorry, I didn't see you messaging me. Actually, let's not do all that. Let's find something else. Yeah, I can do it with this actually. Finally found a use for that spawn stand. About it. There he is. Yeah, not bad for an hour. Something like that. I need to tidy up and do all that stuff. Let's just move that out of the way. But yeah, it looks all right. It looks all right. Needs a little bit of work over here. I'll do some more water drips, etc. Anyway. That's it. Thanks very much for tuning in and all that. And until next time, be good, stay safe, and be kind to